This is life. Life is happening now. This. Whatever's happening in your moment right now watching this video, this is life. What is your relationship to the present moment? That is your relationship to life. And while you probably are aware of this, and I was too, I had a huge breakthrough with this yesterday after talking to a teacher. I went to this I Ching class, and afterwards he was just like, so simply, this is life. And it kind of woke me up because, you know, have meditated, I teach meditation, I'm all about trying to be present and helping other people get there too. Just relating to life, relating to this moment, and surrendering to each moment as it happens. It somehow like shattered part of my brain. It was so bizarre. And so where this brings me is a practice of surrender and letting go each minute. The monkey mind, he was explaining yesterday, I had heard this before and I thought I understood what that meant, but when he was talking about it, it's the mind that's bouncing around from thought to thought to thought. And what I really relate to is being a planner. I like to plan stuff. At least my mind is constantly planning. And that's just taking me out of the present moment and putting me in the future. I'm not sure if you can relate to being a planner. Maybe there is another predominant way that your brain works. The planning became really obvious to me on Vipassana that I went on a silent meditation retreat. Because the entire week you're just there with your thoughts. And you start to notice them come up over and over and over again. And I had been dating this guy like a year earlier, and we were going to go out again. Hadn't seen him in a year, like 2 days after the Vipassana was over. And so, man, monkey mind, I kept planning what I was going to wear on stage. Over and over and over again, I would sit there and just be breathing and meditating, and I'd start to like look through my closet in my mind and think about what am I going to wear for like 4 days. And what happens, at least what happens for me, and I've heard this is pretty common on Vipassanas, is that whatever the length of the time of the retreat, mine was 7 days, somewhere in the middle you hit a wall, and then there's like a surrender in your thinking because you start to see how pointless your thoughts are. I mean, what's the point of thinking for several days about what you're going to wear? The funniest part about that whole story is I had a friend come over right before that date, and I ended up wearing something very similar to what she was wearing. So nothing I thought about. Even though my mind spent all this time thinking about what am I going to wear, how am I going to plan for something in the future, it wasn't even relevant. It's just like wasted time. It's just taking you out of the moment where life is, where joy is, where all the good stuff is. And the reason why all that good stuff is here is because this is the only moment that we have. It's the only thing that's real. So this is life. Not some idea of, you know, when things in the future are a little bit different, but actually this right now, this is life. So that's my message for today. Just super simple. This is life. I also want to touch on perfectionism, which I dabble in a little bit. I don't know if you can relate to dabbling in perfectionism. You know, like for example, I am in Bali. It is beautiful. I'm sitting on my outdoor patio area. My 2 doors open to my bedroom. There's mosquito netting around it. The room is gorgeous. Like the palm trees are so amazing here. I love it. But my perfectionism will say, this room would be perfect if there wasn't a beehive in it. There's a beehive in my room. And my mind will fixate on it would be perfect if there was not a beehive in your room. But what I've actually learned from that bee is a deep practice of surrender. Because anytime he's flying around, and the bees here are huge. This sucker is like pretty big. I don't know if it's a wasp or a hornet. I'm not really versed in like my bee variety. But yeah, this bee is pretty big, and he's flying around. And the last time I had a bee sting, I had my whole leg puffed up. So the next time I get stung, the doctor told me I might have to use an EpiPen, which I don't have here. So regardless of all that, I've been able to surrender to this large bee that's been in my room. And it's actually, I'm able to be calm now around it. Because what I've learned through this process is like, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, we're totally fine. But I get to be the monitor of my own internal world. So I get to let go of what I think perfect might be, and it might be better if it was like this, and actually surrender to the joy that's in the moment, to the beautiful room, the balcony, the amazingness out here. I also have the choice to surrender the planning, because the planning, again, just takes me out of my mind. What am I going to do later, or whatnot? And one of the biggest joys of my trip here has been just sitting out here and just staring out at these trees. With no agenda, no plan, and just watching the birds fly from tree to tree, watching the coconuts, like one of them fell the other day and that was pretty exciting, watching the different things that are going on out here, watching the butterflies come, watching the bees come by, and just being with all of the nature and all of the beauty that is around me, not needing to fix it or change it or thinking it would be perfect only if whatever. So I invite you to really look at any place in your life that you are over planning or trying to be perfect in, and see if you can surrender to letting go, because what you'd be letting go to is life, to this moment, to this that is happening right now, which is life. I hope you're having a great day, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.